Good evening. I'm Shauna from Infinity. I want to give a shout out to my friend who made this jewelry. For my whole series, I worked. Her name is Laurie, and she runs ESYFLORESY. This is her card, so you can tell. Now, I'm going to put links below to her Facebook page. She displays her work there, so have a look there. Check it out. It's good stuff. She's from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and she makes awesome jewelry. And if you're liking this, like I said, there's so much detail in here you can't even. But on her page, she has close-ups of the jewelry and what she does. Good prices, good quality stuff. Good, good, good. So check it out if you're looking for something like that, okay? So I wanted to help her out in that way because it's good stuff, okay? Good evening. Just went through the Capricorn female. The energy is just really fractured. So I'm hoping that we get a clear cut here with the male, okay? So basically going to take 3 cards on the male side from one of my male decks here, and we're going to go over the general blanket areas, and then we're going to kind of funnel down into the love and sex parts of the Capricorn male's life and see if we can illuminate things here to get him going on his path or whatever. Okay, so the first card I get for general energy here is play. So a sense of a sense of lightness of being for this man. He is really an emotive. What is that word? You're trying to get me to say a word again. Not curiosity, but like, you know, that kind of kid-like. Mischievous. He's being mischievous. That's in there with the play, right? So he's got a mischievous energy here, and he's wanting to play. He's in that mode, okay, for the summer. That's what he's thinking most about, okay? The next card we get is cycles. So I feel like over this time he may have, you know, I just want to play. I'm light and I'm airy. I'm not taking things too seriously, okay? But in the meantime, there's going to be some cycles here that are revealed, okay, to him through this play, okay? And I have a feeling it is very much in the romance side of things that this Capricorn is extending all of that stuff, energy, okay? And cycles will be revealed nonetheless. This is something he's not betting on. He just wants to take things light and airy. And the cycles are coming to fruition, to his attention, right? The next card we get is power. So there may be a sense here that the man is looking for power and how to gain it in that way, okay? So thinking about that in the background, it's interesting that it's kind of that mischievous sense of play that he's got. And he'll be illuminated to some of these cycles that are going on. And the power is kind of underlying here. We have a sense of power and maybe ego in that way, but we'll see as we dip in more into the energies, and then I'll wrap it up at the end once I have all the info, okay? So as we move into the first cards here, interesting. We start love, sex, and romance reading with love, okay? So this is a full cup forward. We are full of ourselves, I want to say, but nonetheless, we're full and we're ready to go in the direction of a relationship, okay? So the Ace of Cups is about being prepared and ready to go out in a direction, right? And they're going, take account the dove or whatever it is there with the white feathers, because that's the purity. We do have a lot here that we want to give, and we want to go in a good direction, okay? The next card, is the Ace, another Ace. So we may have a situation here where we're going in a new way. There's no two ways about it. 1, 2. We've got a lot of love to give in a new direction, and we also have that passion to back it up. So there's something here that is making these Capricorn males or giving them the passion to move forward in a loving kind of way, okay? So that's fueling that cup, right? But there's no object here yet. Now, We have the Six of Wands. Yeah. So there's a sense of victory here. So you may be, you know, if we're on the single end, we're feeling like we, again, not seeing an object here, but we're feeling victorious. We have a great sense of energy moving forward and a positive attitude. And I feel like that's the victory here. We may actually get what we want, okay, in that direction. The next card we get is the 18, the moon. But there's things here that need to be uncovered. I feel like a path. I feel like maybe the mystery here is what direction we're going to take that, okay? We have a lot of fiery passion here, love that we, you know, when we fill our cup, that means that we're ready to go outward with it. We're feeling victorious, and I feel like that's state of mind, state of body, health, all of that. We're feeling very good about our lot in life at this point. And 18 is about, there's some things here that are still not revealed to the Capricorn male, okay? And it has something to do with his path here, okay? So there's something that he's not taking into account. He may be gung-ho and happy as a clam, but there's things underwriting this that he has to take into account he's not aware of yet, is the sense I'm getting, okay? So that's the first horizontal here. As we go into the next, we get the King of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. Now this is his element. So he's all up in that. He's all up in his grounded energy. I'm getting sick of saying that. But in his stable, sturdy way, moving forward very slowly. Okay? So he has his sights set on something that he wants to move forward with. Okay? Now, where does that put him? There's a sense of justice here. King of Pentacles, we're moving into justice. So slowly, I think things are going to be revealed. I think the justice is part of this stuff that he's not in a complete understanding of, okay? I feel like that's what's going on, okay, as we move forward here. So the Knight is moving slowly forward, tiptoeing, okay? And the energy here is justice. So he may be well aware that he's got to watch his step, okay? That's the sense I'm getting through this card. But there's still an illusion here somewhere. We have the Six of Cups. So there's some memories of the past or things of the past here that may still have to be justified. So we may be working things out. You know, this may be why we're walking on eggshells here, because we have some stuff from the past that may be coming here to balance itself out, okay? And I feel like we're kind of aware of that, and we're being very cautious of this. Okay, now an interesting thing happened here with the next card. This is the Chariot, okay? And when I was shuffling it, it was upside down. I flip it up because I don't read reversals. I can sense whether the energy is good or bad or stalled or going forward rapidly. Now, when I went to go and shuffle the next deck, which was the Romance deck, that Chariot card came out again and it flipped over upside down. So there's something about the movement here that is not happening. So, okay, the Knight of Pentacles, he's not the fastest moving guy. In fact, he's really slow, but he's strong, stable, and sturdy. And he, you know, looks his plans over 2-3 times. That's why. Because he's making sure that every little thing lines up before he takes that next step. Now, this is his pace naturally, okay? And he's in his element. That's what they're saying here. Now, we have some justice here to work out. I feel like he's very informed about this. I feel like he's just watching his steps so closely that he's almost not moving forward here. And he's thinking about, either a past relationship or past karma or both. You know, they could be wrapped up in both, a relationship of the past that's dealing out some karma here. So he's really trying to slow things down to almost a standstill here because he realizes that there's something he has to deal with. Okay, and the Chariot moving forward, we're not moving forward. In fact, we might even be stalled or backing ourselves up here. Okay, so whatever it is we're after, and I mean, we're talking about relationships here, but I feel it so lightly because we're in a play mode. we're not taking anything seriously, including relationships. Okay, so this is the sense I'm getting. And when that chariot flipped over twice, I had to turn it around. It was like, yeah, we have to take note of that. There's no action going forward here. In fact, we may be backing ourselves out. Okay, so that's the energy here. Whatever he's focused on is confusion, in a sense. Okay. But kind of a complex understanding of what's going on, to the degree that it's almost immobilizing him. Okay. So the next card we get for the romance side here is the Ace of Swords. So, okay, this may explain this movement, okay, or lack of movement or backing up. When we have the Ace of Swords, it's cutting through a rose, and this could be the symbol of cutting feelings, a relationship as a whole, or cutting conversation that cuts things off. We said something to someone else that has cut them emotionally, mentally, these kind of things. And they're going on purpose, okay? And the next card we get is the Three of Wands. So the Three of Wands is interesting because that's the like the engagement card for this deck. So we may have had someone that we were engaged to and we cut it off. We may have had an engagement here that was cut. I want to marry her. No, I don't. I don't want it anymore. Or that's just the logic situation of it. You know, we may have had a cutting. We're having a cutting here of an engagement is really, I can't, that's what they're saying. It's a cutting of an engagement. There's no other. Okay, so we either propose to someone as a Capricorn male. Yeah, they propose to someone, and now that is no longer an option. Okay, now the next card we get is the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups is going out and celebrating with friends and family. So again, light and fluffy with it. What are we doing talking about marriage when we're light and fluffy? Something is wrong here. Okay. So the Eight of Cups, we're going out and celebrating. We're turning our back on all of this, it seems. Okay. Yeah. And then we end up here with the Knight of Wands. What does the Knight of Wands do? Man, he's fast, furious, and he's going in a direction. It's interesting because he's going in the direction of this engagement. But I feel like the being out with the friends is almost like something happened here. I don't know that it was on the end of the Capricorn male. I feel like there was an engagement here that happened, an acceptance of it, and then a refusal to get something happened with the words that were exchanged between these two people that it got cut out. There's no longer engagement. It's you know, the relationship is gone, done, ended. And now he's going to go off in a different direction. Yet it's funny that the horse is riding in the same. I mean, we're still going towards the engagement here. So anyway, the essence here, there's engagement that's been dropped. Okay. No longer going in that direction. And we got to remember that the Capricorn male's taken things pretty lightly. So it almost makes me think that he, you know, what are you doing asking to marry if you're taking things lightly? So Five of Pentacles we get on the sex side. So this is the romancing card. Now, I get a high sense this man is doing this. He's out there whining and dining, okay? So what's going on? Because that's a good energy there. That's an energy of bringing things inward in a compassionate, loving way. And this card is always genuine, always. Five of Pentacles, I mean, you know, in the normal deck, I disregard, but I mean, it's so heartfelt here, okay? So we have the Queen of Cups. So this is connected. We have a huge connection to a water sign. So it's a Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. Moreover, this one's screaming Pisces to me. So we have a heartfelt connection with that kind of a sign. Now, the next card we get is 18, the Moon again. Or did we get, no, that was my last card. No, it was. It's this one. So you have 2 moon cards is not good. But the moon always, after the moon comes the day, so it always gets revealed. Now there's something here that is hidden, and I feel like that's why. No, because they're going, no, there was communication, is no joke here. What broke the relationship up was the communication going forward. Stopped dead in his tracks, okay? This is what stopped the Chariot from going, was this communication. We stopped. No longer an engagement. We're no longer a couple. Everything's just at a halt. Screeching to that, okay? So this is the mysterious stuff. Like maybe the Capricorn is not an understanding of what happened here, or it may be the other side, okay? But nonetheless, so we could be keeping secrets on the Capricorn side, or there's something about the water female here that the Capricorn is not understanding fully, okay? And then the 6 of Wands is going out and getting what you want. So if we have a broken engagement, I feel like he may just be getting over that pretty quickly and moving in a direction here. Now, I feel like there was a lot of, doesn't make sense. There was a lot of love and compassion in this area. Then all of a sudden the moon comes in, and the next day he's going off in another direction. And that's another direction. He's pointing the other way. So something's off here. I'm not getting a lot of facts. And in fact, they're saying, no, there's secrets and lies here. They're not revealed, and that's why it ended in the way that it did. Now, yeah, the Capricorn male not giving me a lot here. So we're going to dissect it by going vertically with the cards and see what we can uncover. And yeah, see what we can uncover. So I'll take the first card of each pile, and then we'll go through it. So this man is in love, okay? Feeling, or at least wanting to go outward in love, and feeling prepared to do so, okay? It's feeling he's got everything he wants. He's ready to start sharing it. That's really the sense I get here. He's got everything, and now all he needs is a partner. You know, I've got my life where I want it. Now I just want to share it, okay? The next card we get is the Chariot. And again, I'm reminded to take that seriously because there is no movement here. I feel like there's a direction, but there's no movement, okay? Then we get, wow. Then we get the ace. There's a lot of aces here. We have 3 aces out of 4, okay? So we have to take that into account. The next card is the Ace of Swords. So we have love we want to give outward. We're not making any movement in that way, and maybe that's why it got cut. There's no movement forward for all this love, and maybe there was a valid, what do you call that, end game here, but it was cut because there's no movement. There's no, no proof, right? Something to do with how this man moves forward, okay? And also I think there's a lot more depths there, a lot more mysteries there to be uncovered, but nonetheless, as we move forward. So we have the love, we're not moving it forward. Clearly, they're saying, even backing it up. So this has created a situation where we've had some sharp words come at us, and it ended things. Maybe not what the Capricorn male was expecting, or anybody in the relationship was expecting, really. Because when I see these other cards, man, that's just pretty close to perfect. Then we have the 5 of Pentacles to end it out on the side of the sex, right? So we have this love. We have a direction. I feel like the direction was cut away, and that's okay because I got back up here. And we're going to do and be, because I feel like this is in the physical. And there may have been maybe a long distance thing going on here or something where, yeah, broken promises and things. I'll come and meet you, babe, but I can't right now. And meanwhile, there's somebody else right in front of him. So he's dipping into the physical side and trying to pull in a long distance thing, okay? That's a scenario. Okay, next. The Ace of Wands. So this is where the passion sits, okay? So we're going to uncover that with these. The next card we get is the Knight of Pentacles. So he's passionate and he's moving forward in his element. So feeling very comfortable going this way into this area where he, you know, he asked someone to marry him. And it looks like it was this Pisces or Cancer or Scorpio woman. So he was feeling very sturdy in that. A lot of passion for this woman. He was slow about moving forward. Nonetheless, they got engaged. And that is the energy that he was indulging in. And that was the situation. Okay, so that was basically the relationship before the ending here. I feel like this is where the swords comes in and cuts everything off right there. Okay, so that's that in a nutshell. Basically, there was a water sign he was asked to engage with. He's very passionate about it. He was moving in the direction of. Okay, so what happened next? Next, we had the Six of Wands. So we felt victorious. We felt good about things. Everything was going great. And then something come out of the blue and changed it. Okay, so something here about justice, karma, all of that. So somewhere we got a spanking. Okay, we were on our high horse here doing the victory dance, and then justice come out of the blue. I feel like this should be the Tower card, where something switched. Okay, now as we move into, okay, then we get the Eight of Cups as we move into the romance. So this is about celebrating and being with other people. Okay, so maybe this is what is happening or happened. This man was spending too much time with other people and not enough time in the relationship. And we just, and then there's things that come from that. If we're not going to be working on the partnership forward here, there's justice that comes from that. And the Moon, there's still stuff here that needs to be illuminated between the couple themselves. Yeah, like it's not done. Like there's words that need to be said. There's words that have been said on the strong side of things, but there's still words that need to be said. And I feel the Capricorn doesn't feel that he has anything left to say here. I think he's moved on. Okay, now, but there's still something weird here. Something underlying, like something needs to be done. I don't know what it is. Okay, as we move forward here, anxious to get to the end point. Again, talking about well, they're going lies and deceit here. About stuff from the past. Six of Cups is about nostalgia. So maybe this man got into a relationship before he was ready. He was ready to be in love, but maybe there's a relationship from the past that came bubbling up and he let it get in between. And then suddenly this engagement, maybe he just didn't want it anymore. Maybe he didn't want it. He had some, like it, maybe it was a long distance relationship. Okay. And he was in a mode where there were things in his face right up front that he was dealing with. He got into trouble there and he asked this woman to marry him. Then he got a relationship where he's at. And then suddenly something combusted out of that. Because here he is, the Knight of Wands going, well, he's going to the past here. This is the past. So we're headlong into the past, and there's secrets here that people don't want. We don't want this out. Don't want people to know. I can't tell anybody. Okay, so some secrets here having to do with a past partner, maybe getting into a relationship, getting engaged and ready to be married, and then suddenly an ex comes in and throws a monkey wrench into the whole thing. Okay, but in the meantime, we're going out and getting what we want. And that's in a different direction. So it's fractured into three areas. We have this loving, compassionate water sign that he was engaged, then all of a sudden it's over. Then he's got this going into the past direction. I feel like this is another energy in another direction. What's going on? So either we got a lot of combustibles here. I mean, if we look back at the energies here, we got some cycles going on, and I'm not too sure that this male knows exactly what that is. Okay, so man, these last few readings are nuts. But yeah, we have a man here, and I mean, we're in the play mode, so take that as it resonates. We're not taking anything serious here. So I don't know what's going on with the engagement. I don't know why we got caught up in that. That was kind of a sidewinding thing, right? So somehow this man got caught up in something, and but he got caught out of it just as quickly and moving on. Like he's going to the past. He had someone in the present, and now he's leaning to the future. It's all over the place. So I get a sense here that it's just, and I get this is kind of coupled or single, and I don't feel he's really coupled. I feel he's footloose and fancy free, and he can do what he wants, and nobody's really going to nail him down. And that's what I get from this, and that's fine. I think as long as you know, I think the marriage thing was maybe a mistake. You know, the wanting to marry this person was maybe him going, wait a minute, no, I don't want to marry. That's not. And so then he's jumping into all these relationships. But I get a sense here that this water energy was a long distance thing. The one he wanted to marry was a long distance thing. And maybe he got caught up in something there. He realized it just wasn't for him. So he let it go, you know, or it got cut or whatever happened. Okay. And there's something from the past here that he's going in the direction of, but yet it's like, I don't want nobody to know about it. I'm going in the direction here, but I don't want nobody to know about it. And in the meantime, I'm going in a different direction. So this might be at the same time here. It might be two timing or whatever, right? We're going to the past direction and X basically, and then we're going after something we want in the present here. It's all just, yeah, intermingled very highly. And then we got someone that we proposed to, but whoops, that was a mistake. I shouldn't have done that. Oh, well, I'll head off in this direction. Oh, maybe I need to go backwards. No, I'll go forwards. It's kind of like that. He doesn't know where he wants to go or what he wants to do, but he knows he doesn't want to be nailed down. So that's what's going on. Okay. Whew. Oh, this was 27 minutes and I've gone through everything. Wow. This was a speedy one. Okay. So yeah, I'm feeling for the single and the coupled. I don't feel like there's many Capricorn males that are actually coupled up in a stable, solid relationship, or at least I'm not picking it up on it anyway. You know, again, it's not going to resonate with every Capricorn male, right? But the sense I'm getting here is that there's someone here that, I don't know, accidentally asked someone to marry them and it busted apart for whatever reason. And then in the meantime, he's just going all over the place because he just don't want to get married. He don't want to be nailed down. He don't want nothing to do with that. So as we go back, right, the play card. That is the overall energy over the summer. This man's not going out of that mode too far. So if we're looking at a Capricorn male, man, he's not going to get nailed down. He's taking everything so lightly that we're really kind of floating over like a couple relationships here. Okay. And not feeling too bad about it. Then there's cycles. So there may be some deeper stuff here because this Capricorn is just not that deep. He's not going deep at all. So there may be some stuff here that he's, you know, got to realize within the cycles of these relationships. But I feel like over the summer, it's playtime. I'm getting light with it. I'm going to have, you know, kind of be where I want to go. And I don't feel I'm being like ignorant, but at the same time, he's just not, he's making it known that I don't want anything serious. Don't tie me down, that kind of thing. So he's just going with the flow in that way, in a single kind of way. Okay. And then the cycles are things that he's going to realize, I think, by fall. There's some cycles here that, you know, with women or, you know, partners, right? That I are going to come to the surface. And then power, I feel like he feels very powerful in the fact that he's light with everything. Because if he feels the least bit restrained, that is connected to his power pole here. Like you know, he doesn't want to be, if he's married or he gets engaged, and maybe that was the thing too. Maybe there was a fright there of marriage engagement on either end where, oh, we don't want to be reined in. So that had to bust apart. And maybe we, you know, for whatever reason. Oh, Monique. Okay. Yeah, like I'm just getting a light energy here that he's just not, he does not want to be committed. And not only that, he doesn't want to be nailed down. He wants to be free. If I see something I like over there, then I want to be able to go get it. I feel somewhat is above board, but there's too many moon cards here. I think now he may be above board with the people that he meets, but there's a few people here that he was just keeping too many secrets from. And that's why it busted his relationships up. You know, that's why I think there's just too many secrets kept, and he's gone, no, I don't care. I'm not going to keep it secret. Yet there's still things that are going to be on the down low, because he's like, I want to go back to an old relationship, but I don't want nobody to know about it. So don't go back. Like, why? So there's a little bit of confusion here for the Capricorn male, definitely. So summer is not a good time to, I was going to say to nail him, but it's not a good time to contact him because he's just confused. He doesn't know, and he's not going to make a decision. And he's so slow that you don't want to be waiting on this one, because it's just not going to come through, right? So he has to do it when he's ready, and by that time, then he'll have a whole different set of circumstances. And hopefully some of his cycles will come to bear. Well, there you go, right? But I think really what the ultimate thing is here, cake and eat it too, right? Think about that. So a little bit of energy on the masculine side for that this year. They're wanting to keep one in the house and one on the side. I hate to say it, but and they're allowed to do that. Everybody can do their own thing in their own way, I guess. We just have to be aware of what's going on there. And he is absolutely keeping secrets to a degree. We got 2 moon cards, man. That's pretty heavy. And we got 3 aces. So, you know, that's a symbol of new things. New things. We don't want to sit as slow as he moves. He does not want to sit with stagnant energy. He wants to play and give me new stuff. If I get bored, I got to move on, right? So it's kind of a sense of boredom. And he's in play mode, so guess what's going to happen? We're going to hit as many as we can. It's like whack-a-mole, right? Only. So it's not fun for those people in the line of fire, right? Because they're not getting the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help you. But that's what you have to be aware of with this man. Eventually, he'll come across something he wants bad enough. He'll make those moves for him. But at this point, I don't see it happening. It's just not there. It's not in him. And especially over the summer, because he's on the light side of things, and there ain't nobody. He feels that this position that he's in, where he can get what he wants, he feels powerful in that, and that gains him the power. But he's not yet seeing those cycles of what it creates for him. He doesn't quite get that. He's understanding there's a certain level of karma here, and he's trying to watch his step there, but there's underlying currents that he's not getting. He's getting whacked for that, and he's not understanding that. So for this summer, I feel like that's part of the reason this engagement went apart, because there's something here he didn't understand, and it broke off, and he's like, yeah, I'm breaking. I'm done. I shouldn't have never done this in the first place. Da, 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 da. You know, oops, I made a mistake. And now he's off and running, and he's going where he wants to go. And that's, you know, it takes all kinds, right? So the Capricorn male's just doing, he's in play mode. So if anybody's looking at a Capricorn male for commitments or honesty and truth over this summer, they need to be aware. You may not get it in this direction for the singles. Like I said, I'm feeling like this is an all single thing. So if we have some Capricorn males in a coupled relationship, it's just not going to apply to this. This is the footloose, fancy-free side. So for whatever reason, I don't know that many of them will get a hold of this info anyway. So maybe a warning for the people on the other side. People that are interested in Capricorns, right? Don't go there because you're not going to get much other than play and played with to a degree. And toys, they get set aside after a while. They're not fun. And that's the sense I'm getting here. I've had this too long. I need something new. And those Ace of Swords, that's what they're screaming. I get bored easily, and I figure things out too quickly, and you're boring me. So I got to move on. And that's the way it is. And anything I can't figure out, I don't want to be in a relationship with that because it confuses me. I got to move on. Right? Maybe. You know, that's an energy field I'm picking up on. One dude is like that. But anyway, okay, so yeah, this was super quick. I went through everything horizontally and vertically, but it's pretty clear cut. This guy is in a mode. I don't know if he maybe got caught up in this relationship here that he was engaged with, and now he's on shutdown mode and he's just playing because he's mad and he's not knowing how to deal with. That's another area here that could rear its head. But there's some justice coming down for this man. And there's also a lot of illusions around him. And I feel like that, there's a lot that's undercover here. Because it's just highly, no, I want to go back here, but I don't want to be known for going back. I don't want people to know. And he doesn't understand that universally the laws, they see everything. You know, it's all, the laws are taking note. And that's what matters. Because that's what's going to embarrass you in the end. You don't want nobody knowing, but it's going to get exposed. So these are all the justices that are going to come about, right? So he's going to learn, and he is going to learn about the cycles here, and he is going to get some information on that and make some adjustments. I don't know. That may be into the winter yet. We're talking October, November. Till he gets that information at that time and is able to make adjustments and whatever adjustments. It's all for his better good, though, but he's just not in the mode here for anything. So it may be because of this relationship, or it may be just because he don't want to be pinned down, and that's that. So don't pin me down, but he needs to watch his step for karma, because when you play someone up to a degree, where you want to marry them and then you back out, that creates bad karma. And then he's got to pay for that in some way. So there, eventually he'll come across someone he wants bad enough, and it won't sit and wait. So anyway, that's that. That is the I was going to say the karmic male. That's the Capricorn male for the summer. Yeah, these last few ones were doozies. And I feel like because I'm carrying the mode, right? I pick up on the energy, and then I start spitting it outward in attitude. And I feel like there's a little bit of a bravado here. Even though he can downplay it quite a bit, there's some bitterness sitting with this man. So I feel like that engagement may not have been his choice to end in that way, but yet I get a sense here that there's a relief that it's not there. So again, a lot of confusing energies. So either way, so that is well, I got one more sign left. I got Aquarius. I'm going to do that tomorrow afternoon, and after that I will be off for the summer. Now I wanted to let anybody know that I will be starting back up in the fall when school starts and my boys in school, and I'll be doing a tarot live night where I'll do readings free for an hour. Micro reads, 3-card readings. You ask me one question and we get to the bottom of it, and I try and process as many people as I can. So I'm going to start kind of a grouping or whatever, but I'm going to do an info session You're welcome, Monique. I didn't really help you here, but yeah, in the future we get together. um, I'm gonna set out a video, an info video on how I receive and take the energies, because there's kind of a bit of a process there I want to explain. And I've realized through different media channels here that the energy is kind of different. So I wanted to explain that. So watch out for that over the summer. I'll be posting that in between. And then when I come back, I'll have official hello, and then we'll set up a night or a morning or an afternoon where I can do that. So if you're all gung ho for that, then, you know, let me know in the comments, and judging by that, I'll set it up quicker. I won't lag, right? I'll set it up right away as soon as I can, and then we'll get it started, and then I'll just start doing these readings online and see how that goes in the evening. So anyway, thanks for the comments here, even though I'm kind of like bit zoned out here to get the readings done. But eventually, you know what, we'll get together and I will announce it officially. And like I said, I'll give an info session here on how you can be in an energy where you benefit to get the best energy back. Okay, is basically, it's a I was going to say a codependent thing, but it's a we have to work as a team, because I'll tell you, I pick up on anxiety and people like, I want the answer, that are typing frantically. So that throws me, right? So it's about stuff like that, things that throw me, where I get jittered energy. So I'll set up a video like that. I'll ship it out. And in the meantime, I have Aquarius coming up tomorrow. So sometime during the day, I will be dipping into that. Most likely in the afternoon. I'm busy in the morning here. So sometime in the afternoon or evening, it may waft over into the evening, and that will be my last 2 videos for the season. The summer season is out. So I do seasonal readings, but I am in Facebook, Infinity Readings and Reviews. If you want weeklies and masculine and feminine energy reports, Mondays and Tuesdays, you go there. I'll accept you, and you have access to all of that and all my past readings as well. I've done weeklies for the past while. So feel free to go in there and check that out. So that's Infinity Readings and Reviews on Facebook. You just click join and I'll add you in. Okay. So take care. Have fun. Be kind. And I'll see you tomorrow afternoon for the Aquarius reading.